This is the Jeff Keyes Auto Sports Desk.
Bearcats basketball and volleyball both looking for wins on the road. The number 2 team in America has 2 All-Americans on its roster, and Drew Warpus just does not stop for the Blue Devils. Welcome to the Sports Desk. We begin with Bearcats basketball and a trip to Buffalo for a showdown between state universities. Binghamton tipping off against the Bulls and trying to get just the second win in program history against Buffalo. Tough start on Wednesday night for the Bearcats, though. Buffalo started the game on an 18-2 run. Jaden Welch trying to cut into that just before the end of the quarter. She absorbs the contact and makes the bucket. Second quarter now. It's Welch again, finding herself in the passing lane. She takes it coast to coast for the layup and 2 of her 7 points on the night. Bing down 22-8, still in the second. Megan Casey finds Abby Meisner underneath. The freshman with 5 points Wednesday night. Bearcats would play tough defense and only be outscored by 8 points in the remaining 3 quarters. But the first quarter hole was dug just a bit too deep as Binghamton falls in Buffalo 74-51. Bearcats women's volleyball also in action on the road in the first round of the National Invitational Volleyball Championships. Bing would take the 3rd set from Bowling Green and had a chance to steal the 2nd set as well. But the Bearcats would fall to the Falcons 3-1 on Wednesday night in 4 sets. And speaking of the Bearcats, senior forward Hannah Mimas named to the United Soccer Coaches All-Atlantic team for her efforts on the pitch this season. Mimas finished the year first in the America East in assists with 8, second in points with 22, and had 2 game-winning goals, including that one you just saw right there for Binghamton this season. There has not been 2 Dragons to deliver quite the 1-2 punch that is Cortland's offense and defense this season since Jimmy and Billy Lee. You're really old if you got that reference. But the double Dragons leading the number 2 team in America, both becoming All-Americans for their efforts. Those Dragons, first senior quarterback Zac Boyes earning All-American honors, once again being named to the AFCA D3 first team. Boyes, along with being an All-American, was named the Empire 8 Offensive Player of the Year for a 2nd consecutive season. Boyes finished the 2024 regular season with over 2,500 passing yards and 25 touchdowns.
It's pretty cool to be playing quarterback here because you get a lot of individual accolades that, I got to give all the credit to my teammates for. The teammates and the coaches, I got an unbelievable supporting staff with me that make me look good on Saturdays, and so I'm just grateful to be in the position I'm in and very blessed.
Senior defensive end Nick Lardaro also selected, being named to the 2nd team All-American list. Along with the 2nd team selection, Lardaro was named this year's Empire 8 Defensive Player of the Year. The senior littered the stat sheet this season with 36 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 9.5 tackles for losses, and 4 pass breakups.
It was nice. I'm always team first, but coming back this year, I in my little notebook, I had goals, and this was one of them. I didn't know. And halfway through the year, my stats weren't looking amazing. And I said, that's the problem. I'm thinking too much about that stuff. I got to play ball, and I started playing my best ball. And I'm happy. It's not, the end-all goal. We have a lot of football left, but it's nice. It was nice.
Cortland will host Springfield College on Saturday in the D3 regional semifinals. Kickoff at Grady Field is at 12 p.m. And finally, Drew Warpus is hanging up his cleats for the season and lacing up his kicks as he gets ready for basketball in Section 4. And, he'll break those cleats back out in the spring as he plays lacrosse for the Blue Devils as well. WBNG's Michael Villegas sat down with our 12 Sports Athlete of the Week.
Drew Warpus helped the Chenango Forks Blue Devils football team to a Section 4 Class C title and is now moving over to the court for basketball season. And after that, he'll head back to the field to play lacrosse as a 3-sport athlete for the Blue Devils.
It's incredible, and the time commitment that we ask of our kids here in even just one sport is a lot, and he's able to balance them in 3 sports that demand championship level performances. And he's also a great student. He's kind with his teachers. He really does everything well that you would want for a kid at our school.
Along with studying in the classroom, Drew also takes pride in studying film in order to be a better athlete.
I'm not the most athletic guy compared to other people I go against, so I try to learn my opponents, their weaknesses, their strengths, so I can play better in games, and it shows was on the field and the court.
Athletics is a family affair for Drew. Back when he was a sophomore playing on the same team as his brother, he was able to watch and learn how to lead now that it's his time as a senior.
I've tried to follow my brother's footsteps, inviting the guys over to play some 5-on-5 at my house, team dinners. It's also helped my sister become the athlete she is today.
So what's ahead for Drew?
Drew could run a team right now if he wanted to. If the Knicks ever get in trouble, he could fill in. But he will have a career in sports in some capacity. He's very knowledgeable. He's very passionate, and he will be successful in whatever way he wants to be.
Yeah, I've considered coaching. I'm hoping to go to sports management somewhere, and hopefully play football in college.
But before that, he shares what he wants his legacy to be.
Anyone can be an athlete no matter what. As long as you work hard, you take the time, dedication, you can be a great athlete. Even some stats might say you're not that great, but on the field it shows.
Warpus and the Blue Devils tip off their season against Thomas A. Edison on December 5th. Congratulations once again to our 12 Sports Athlete of the Week, Drew Warpus.
He's just so cool.
Yes, and congratulations to him once again.
Big congratulations. And don't go anywhere. We have one final story next.